Welcome to the first ever Evertiq Expo in Zürich. I am joined by Dieter Weiss, analyst and founder of Informa. You just recently had a presentation presenting your new top 100 EMS and ODM list that you've done together with EMS Now.
Yes.
Thank you for having us here. One thing that I saw there was between 24 and 25 was actually quite a healthy growth among the EMS and ODM market, but we didn't really see that growth in Europe.
Yes.
Why is that, according to you?
Yes, well, if you look at the numbers, and I showed this by revenue group, we saw the biggest growth rate in the very big companies above the 10 billion US dollars. Yeah? Those groups had a really magnificent growth, and it had companies like Wistron, who made 116% in growth. It had Quanta Computers, which made, I think, 150%. It had Ywin with 120%, and Acton. Yeah? All these companies are working in the data center technology for artificial intelligence and cloud computing, plus Foxconn as well.
Yeah.
And they all see magnificent growth rates, and none of that business is coming from Europe or to Europe. Only in 24 I saw it for the first time in Eastern Europe, and I thought, oh my God, how good. Before I realized that was two outliers, both factories from Foxconn in Hungary, who were doing those data centers for Europe. Yeah? But nobody else sees that, and that is the problem.
Yeah. So you mentioned that size matters, and last year we saw a number of European players acquiring other companies, adding to their size, and so on and so forth. Are we expecting the same kind of behavior this year? A lot of consolidation within the European market?
Yes. If you remember, I always showed the European numbers to be in the region of 2,300 companies, and really a very, very big part of that being companies with less than 10 million. And those belong to about 1,900 companies or owners, and it's simply too much if I compare that to the United States. The consolidation in the United States had been much faster and earlier than it happens over here in Europe. And we are not at the end of the consolidation. It will go on. And just to name a couple of things which are public, Sycor had a clear goal of being a 1 billion Swiss franc revenue company by 2028. So they are on the way up there, and they would have achieved that already if last year the deal with TT Electronic would have passed. Unfortunately, it did not, but they are now definitely targeting other companies. And if I just look at the UK, for example, and today, everybody is talking about defense electronics.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big business, even so, we have to watch out. In the past, it was just 5% of the market, If that grows by 20%, we talk about 6%. So that's within the noise level of the automotive industry. But the fact is, for example, a matter is as well the certification. EN 9100 is something everybody is talking about. A lot of companies trying to get the certification, and in the UK at the moment there are 14 companies which have the EN 9100 certification, and for sure are doing business in that area. And I think all of them are potential targets.
All of them are potential targets.
And that is just UK. We can broaden that to all of Europe. So there is a lot of purchasing potential, to say so.
Do you think some of the other companies that exist in this space are also drawing the attention of Asian investors? Because we saw that in France, for instance, with both Asteel Flash and with all circuits, they draw the attention from Asia, got new owners there. Is there a risk that we get more Asian owners of previous European EMS companies?
Well, If we look a little further back, we have already seen different approaches. We have seen approaches where Far Eastern companies did not acquire, but build own factories. A typical example is Integrated Microelectronics, who built three factories in Bulgaria, one in Serbia, then one in the Czech Republic, or SIIX, who built a factory in Hungary, and I think the other one is in the Slovak Republic. And then we had GPV, who built a factory in Hungary, in Budapest, which they then, I think, 2 years ago sold 50% to MLS. But all of them were focused on the automotive industry. And we know, I always tell my customers, automotive stinks. Because the automotive companies always lift the quality criteria without any reason. It's just this reason, cover your own butt of those people without doing anything better for the car. And at the same time demanding price reductions. And that is ridiculous. And I tell my customers, leave your hands.
Stay away from automotive.
That isn't worthwhile. But the Far Eastern companies, they thought, well, it's the biggest market share with more than 20% in Europe, so we go for
a piece of that cake.
And now they burn their fingers. Integrated Microelectronics sold their factory in the Czech Republic last year. SVI shut down the factory in Budapest. SIIX shut down the factory in Hungary as well. So those are the results we see. And now we see, because money is always there, we see new people who want to invest. And the new people who want to invest are coming in and they decide, no, we don't want to build something our own. We take something that is already existing. And the best example is All Circuits. A very good company. I've visited this company, I think 2 or 3 years ago. Highly automated, very professional. And they were now bought by Chinese companies. So, and I know several investors, potential investors in the Far East who are looking to acquire. So we're going to see two things. We're going to see a consolidation in respect to European companies buying other European companies, and we're going to see more
foreign investment
capital coming over to Europe.
We just passed the first quarter. With 2025 in the back, what are your feeling about this new year? Are we doing better, or are we still in the same area?
Well, I was astonished. There was a public EMS today who announced their first quarter, and they announced revenue decline on the organic base of -6%. That astonished me a lot. I hear many companies telling me that the first quarter is picking up. It is better. I was nearly going to say, well, can't be worse than 25. So I still have the hope that, yes, the business is going to pick up. But now we have the next danger. What if, and we see a lot of order intakes, the order books are filling. But what does that help us if we now all of a sudden don't have the semiconductors
that means to deliver?
Both are short. If you look at memory and logic chips, 26 is sold out. In part 27 is sold out. At the same time, you see that products like, for example, DDR4 are being phased out. So there is a mismatch. And the same goes for the printed circuit board industry. We see price increases on the laminate side from 15 to 20%. We have seen over the last 2 years increases in prices for gold, silver, and tin. And at the same time now, the Far Eastern PCB manufacturers are more focusing on PCBs for data centers, which have a totally different setup and specification and a better margin. So the available capacity for standard PCBs is going to reduce. And we already see that with extended lead times in the PCB industry. So the question for the EMS industry has to be, well, okay, I might have the orders, but do I have the semiconductors and do I have the PCBs?
So in general, strategize, plan carefully, and execute, and get your memory, because the memory is going to be scarce throughout 2028 probably.
Yeah, I don't want to paint a picture too black, but let's be realistic. What we just heard this week with Avnet closing down
in Germany,
the Munich facility, laying off 350 people.
Yes,
that shows me how much they think how reliable the German market is.
Yeah, and that was their reasoning too. They don't see a upturn in business in Germany, which says a lot about the European ecosystem in general, as Germany is by far our biggest market.
Yes, but it has declined a lot over the last 2 years as well. It used to be more than the production value. It used to be more than 10 billion. It's now down to 8. Yeah. So the question is, is it going to stabilize there, or is it going to be going down further? I think it's going to stabilize, but I don't see a huge increase.
So what you and I can do is observe and analyze and report.
Exactly. We are watching the situation very careful. We are traveling a lot to companies. We talk with the general management, and that is our advantage. We get first-hand information. And that first-hand information allows us to make better forecasts for the industry.
Then I thank you for the interview and wish you good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.